chaotic, and it has changed my life. I'm a fan of his ever since. I love this collection. Thousands most legendary supermodels and more. The four queens of the runway. Fashion, New York Fashion Week is right around the corner. Librarian tonight, and that's because I came to read a bitch. Jaja's Atelier, bitch. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Jaja's Atelier. It's your girl, yours truly. How has everybody's week been? I think the last time I was here was Sunday, and today is Sunday afternoon. Listen, y'all know I be busy, so I get to y'all when I can, okay? But you're gonna get at least one show a week out of me, unless I'm really down in the dumps. And I'm working on that. Anyway, so what has everybody been up to? I think the last episode, I think I talked about my friend that recently passed away, and today was his memorial service. It was a beautiful service. Lots of love in the room and lots of funny moments too. I like when you're at a memorial service and people, it's not just sadness, it's a lot of love, it's a lot of laughter. So it was some tears, but it was mostly just funny memories and just a lot of love. So huge shout out to Dexter. May you rest in peace, my friend. What else did I have going on this week? Nothing really. I just had a whole lot of work. She worked hard for the money. I also I watched Jackie's Back, and I have been riddling off lines from that movie. Entendre? I could never find that girl. You know, if you've never seen the movie Jackie Washington, it's called Jackie's Back. It's a mockumentary about this washed up diva, and it's by Robert Townsend. It's a 90s kind of straight to DVD flick, but it is iconic, classic comedy. So y'all make sure y'all hit the Tubi and check it out, because I believe it's still on there. You know how Tubi be shifting in and out of stuff. So y'all make sure y'all check it out. Anyway. So listen, this year's Emmy nominations are here, and we have so many. Let me turn this down because I'm getting flooded out. I just told you I left the memorial service, and it was actually his birthday on the 19th, which is really crazy. So it's a lot of things popping off on Facebook today, so let me turn that down. So again, we have the Emmy nominations, and Black excellence is dripping all up and through the nominations. First, we have to give a huge congratulations to the mother of them all, the queen, RuPaul, who has made history with a whopping 10 nominations. That is the most nominated. It is a whopping 10 nominations this year, making it the most nominated reality TV competition series in history. So huge congratulations to RuPaul, the guest judges like Marcel Visage, and my mother, T.S. Madison. You know, she'll be there, you know, giving the girls all that she got, honey. Also, we have the Pulitzer Prize winning rapper, poet extraordinaire, Kendrick Lamar, and of course he is nominated for his historic, his historic Super Bowl halftime performance. He snagged a whopping 4 nominations. And last but not least, we have Queen Bey, honey, who has 2 nominations for her NFL halftime performance and the Netflix special that followed it. So huge congratulations to her. Is Beyonce an EGOT? I know she doesn't have an Emmy. I don't think she has an Emmy, but does she have an Oscar? Didn't she win an Oscar for Dreamgirls? Hey Google, has Beyonce ever won an Oscar?
Yes, Beyonce was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Original Song for Be Alive.
Oh, she was nominated. She was nominated. So she's not an EGOT yet. You know what? I would love to see Beyonce back in her acting bag. She was a good actress. Do y'all remember that movie Obsessed, where she played Idris Elba's wife, and he was cheating on her with Allie Lauder, as if. But yeah, he was cheating on her with Allie Lauder. Girl, she was good in that movie. She was good in Dreamgirls too. What other movie? Now Carmen, a hip hop opera. Listen, that was Baby Bay, and she was real green. That was like the worst movie I've ever seen. But it's not entirely her fault. It's not her fault at all, actually. A hip hop opera. I mean, really. Even though we all lived for it back in the day when we were kids. And especially because that fine ass Mekhi Phifer was all up and through. Well, Mekhi Phifer in that? I think Mekhi Phifer was in that. But anyway. So those are the Emmy nominations this year. You know, Beyonce has, let me just shout out Beyonce real quick. Let me stay on B. Because Beyonce has really been doing the thing. I saw the footage, and I'm so mad I didn't get to go to the Cowboy Carter concert. But if she does an Act 3 with the rock and roll, I'm going. I am going. Because those shows, each show has its own moments. Everybody in each, you know, venue from each state has their own memories from the show. My homegirl Yanita went to, shout out to my girl Yanita, honey. She went to the Renaissance and she flew to Atlanta for the Cowboy Carter show, honey. Yes, honey. I have friends in very high places. But she went to the Cowboy Carter show and I saw her footage. I saw other people's footage and it was, from the looks of it, it was insane. T.S. Madison also went to one of the Atlanta shows and, you know, her and Beyonce had a moment, which I love to see T.S. Madison getting her flowers because so many of our black trans women icons, they don't get their flowers until after they're gone. So I'm so glad that T.S. Madison is getting all of this now. I mean, to hear the whole stadium, 100,000 people, I think it was, chant, you know, dark brown, dark skin, bitch, I'm black. You know, it's gotta mean so much to her. So huge shout out to Beyonce for all that she's been doing, and huge shout out to T.S. Madison, because T.S. Madison, I don't know how she gets any sleep. I'm trying to get like you, honey. I'm trying to be like you when I grow up, honey, and I ain't that much younger than you, okay? So what do we have next? Okay, so can we talk about our girl Keke? Let me light a cigarette, because I think she would appreciate that. So Keke Palmer, darling, is gracing 4 gorgeous covers of WWW, which is Who, What, Where, channeling the black women, the royalty, the legends, the blueprints, the iconic black women that have inspired her career. Yes, I'm reading my notes. It's been a very sad kind of a day, so just give me a break. Inspired her career. Whitney Houston, Eartha Kitt, and Josephine Baker. But even though she is only 31 years old, Keke is definitely an icon of her own, in her own right. And here she is on her own personal cover. I thought the spread was absolutely gorgeous. The photographer, it was shot by this very handsome photographer, girl. His name is Blair Caldwell. Call me, okay? And it was styled by none other than our girl, costume designer extraordinaire, stylist extraordinaire, darling, Zarina Akers, who also styles Beyonce for her tours currently right now, I believe. But she definitely did the Renaissance tour a couple of years ago. You know what I think about Keke? Keke doesn't... Anybody that's trying to get into the media game, I would take notes. I take a lot of notes from Keke. Keke just seems like either you gonna like it or you not. Either way, I got my money, I got my baby, I got all of this. Fuck ya. You know what I mean? And I even though she's 4 years younger than me, I really do admire her. You know, I let me say this too before I move on. A lot of older people have such a problem with, you know, admitting that, hey, you know, they're younger than me, but I'm trying to get to where they at. And they have a real hard time with that. I wonder if she gets any of that in Hollywood. Like, girl, you don't know what you're talking about, girl. Sit your ass down. You know what I mean? I don't have that mentality. as I puff this cigarette. I don't have that mentality, and all the stuff that she went through with her baby daddy, you didn't see that bitch blink once. She owned it. She talked about it. She addressed it. She joked about it. She even made a song about it. She has an album out. I haven't quite got to listen to it yet. I've seen the clips online, but here a shout out to Keke Palmer for just being true to who you are. She is exactly who she says she is. And I really appreciate that. And she's definitely going to be one that we look back on 40 years from now, God willing, with all the fuck that's going on with the country right now. We'll get to that at the end of the show. She's one of the ones that she's definitely gonna be the Ruby D, the Angela Bassett, just the all around entertainer of our generation. So I thought these covers really fit. I especially love the cover of her as Josephine Baker. This is a custom look by Christian Cohen. Christian Cohen, you nailed this. Now everybody knows that Josephine Baker is known for the banana skirt, darling. Exhibit A. And so instead of bananas, they did high heel shoes. I thought this was so cute. And not cute like I mean just really, really kitschy coo and very, very much Keke. This is how you do an inspiration, honey. So huge shout out to Christian Cohen for designing this. This is absolutely stunning. What else are we talking about? Do I want to talk about Meg first, or do I want to? Okay, so let's talk Dolce and Gabbana, darling. So Dolce and Gabbana always, they host their annual Ultimoda collection, which is, Italian for haute couture. They took inspiration from cinema, myth, and history. The Dolce & Gabbana Ultimoda collection pays homage to the eternal beauty of Rome and the made in Italy artistry, featuring innovative shapes, magnetic silhouettes, skillful embroideries, and handmade inserts. Let's get into this collection, honey. Let's get into it. Let me pull it up. I absolutely thought this was brilliant. It was so in your face. It was so over the top. And some people did find some of the looks like these armored looks with the muscles and everything. A lot of people thought it was costumey, but I didn't. I thought every model looked like a Roman god. I just thought the jewelry was, look at these earrings. Honey. Even the flowing gowns, these thick belts, it just looked like something that like Aphrodite and Hercules and Zeus would wear in, Xena Warrior Princess or Hercules or something. Look at this. So beautiful. I know I watched the show, at least 3 times. At least. I absolutely loved it. So huge shout out to Dolce & Gabbana for this stunning collection. Even though, you guys have been getting a little flack over the past couple of years, you definitely, excuse me. You definitely redeemed yourself with this here. I absolutely love this. I can't stop looking at it. And this is one of those collections that, you can't duplicate this. You might come a little close, but this is like, these pieces are one of a kind. Like you'll never see this again. Look at this. Look at the skirts. Oh my God. Look at that. Absolutely stunning. Anyway. Now today is going to be a little bit of a short show because Mama has things to do. Can we talk? Now listen, I've been on this celibacy journey since my birthday. I said after my birthday weekend, I'm not going to have any more, honey. Oh, you can't say that. That's R. Kelly. I'm not going to have any more of the sex. Okay. And so, listen, I don't know what it is. You guys know I'm on the moans. And sometimes the moans can make you, a little juicy, a little squish, 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 squish. And I don't know. I've just been, in the words of Whitney Houston, I don't know what other way to put it than, in the words of Whitney Houston, for waiting to exhale. But hell, my body needs this. Okay? So, I have a couple students, but then it's like, you know, do you really want to go through all of that? Like, it's preparation, it's time, it's effort. And then there's always my ex. And I hope he doesn't watch this episode because I did just talk to him yesterday. And there is your ex, but then it's like you don't want to keep confusing things, But I don't like people. I mean I like people, but I get very irritated very quick. Like, especially with some dumb shit. You know what I mean? Like this girl at the grocery store, and fuck you, you cunt, for cutting me off while I was walking with my basket, forcing me to walk around 5 other cars in the hot ass sun. Fuck you. Stuff like that really irritates me. Or, before we get into our next story. Or, have you guys noticed, can we talk about this? Have you guys noticed, and I'm talking to my black folks out here, and this is one of those situations, to all my white folks, I love you, but this is one of those things, if it don't apply, let it fly, okay? Have you noticed, now when you go to the grocery store and you're at the checkout line, okay, and a white person, typically elderly, typically female, is in front of you and she gives you that, and then all of a sudden, it's taking her 20 fucking goddamn minutes to get her credit card out? Is it just me? Am I crazy? I was talking to my sister Shannon about this. Y'all know Shannon. Y'all say, hey, Shannon. Hey, Shannon. I was talking to her about this, and she tends to agree with me. But see, my sister Shannon and me, we're like day and night. Like, I'm really, really, really trained to go, whereas she is too, but she just doesn't have time for the bullshit. Me, I got all the time in the motherfucking world. I'm working on that. But it's like, what do you white folks, if any of you white folks out there happen to see this, who do this shit, what do y'all get out of doing that? Because one day somebody is gonna run over you with their basket and probably take your groceries, because that's what I was thinking about doing the other day. What is that? Or like when they see you behind them after they cut you off at a turn, like they'll go 2 miles a fucking hour. Like, what do y'all get? What are you doing when you do that? Anyway, I just went off on a whole cockamamie tangent. But so listen, let's get into some gossip. So Meg Thee Stallion has a new man. What do we think? Now, I'm happy for Megan. Megan is the kind of girl that is going to do what she wants to do, when she wants to do it, and who she wants to do it with. So it looks like love is in the air for Meg Thee Stallion. The Houston's hottest made her romantic relationship debut with her handsome new man, Dallas Maverick shooting guard Klay Thompson, at her Pete and Davis Foundation Gala the other night in New York City. The couple were, goo goo gaga over each other. As you can see, I caught this video before I get into my personal opinion. And Meg, don't shoot me down, girl, because you might not like what I have to say. And I say this with love. But take a look at what he had to say.
How does it feel to be here and to support Megan tonight?
Well, it feels incredible because Megan's such a special person and she inspires so many around the world. I've seen it firsthand, and this is just another incredible feat of hers to be able to give back, create a foundation, and raise a ton of money for those in need. And I'm honored to be here by her side. I know I would have loved to meet Holly and Joe. I know both of them would be so proud of their only daughter, just because of what not only she's been able to accomplish, what she's also going to continue to do. She has never been put in a box or allowed herself to be put in a box, and she just continues to inspire so many people around the world. And on top of that, raise a ton of money this evening and just do so much for so many in need. And it's an honor to be by her side, and I know both Holly and Joe will be so proud of what she's doing.
So he's calling both of her parents by their first name. She seems really, really smitten with this guy. I will say, however, he's very, very handsome. But I wouldn't picture her with something this how do I say it? I never pictured her with something this red. Not to be I'm not a colorist or anything, but the majority of the men I've seen her with are of a darker hue. So when I saw them together, I was like, oh. And I didn't know if he was white or black. I don't know anything about him. He is fine. He does have a strong jaw, it's not a real thick neck, but it's thick enough, and he's got a nice nose. I like a man with a big nose. Have I ever told y'all that? I do. I like a man. Now, I can't get into the reasons why. I mean, it is aesthetically pleasing, but, it is good for other things. Woo! It's been a long time. Can you tell? But he doesn't seem like the type of guy. He seems very clean cut, he doesn't have no edge to him. Now, Meg, this is what I will say that you might not like, and I'm gonna like the blunt for this, okay? Weren't you just with that other basketball player like 2 weeks ago? I remember her being with another basketball player, and he was real fine. Now, this guy is fine, but that other one, he was real fine. I wonder whatever happened to that. Anyway, I know it's none of our business, but listen, they put it out there so we talk about it. And I do it with respect, if I really, really respect the person. Now, if I don't respect you, it's balls to the wall, sometimes, within reason. But, she looks beautiful. The dress is gorgeous. They look good together. She was gushing all over him. He was gushing all over her. And I saw all the shit online about how she bought him a $300,000 watch. But I think he was being funny. I don't think she really bought him a watch. But if she did, so the fuck what? She's got the money to pay for it. A lot of you girls online talking about her buying him that watch. You working 2 and 3 jobs. You working Walmart, DoorDash, and down at the Piggly Wiggly, and your man sitting at home all day driving your car around fucking different bitches like this is how to be a player. Like he Bill Bellamy or somebody. And he ain't got no basketball championship ring or no NBA title. He just DeQuante from the block. He just a little dirt from round the way. It's always the girls. Oh, Jesus. Pass the chip on the left-hand side. It's always the girls that have never been in relationships with those type of men, with those rich men, that are the most judgmental. I find that very strange. And some of the girls that were in the comments, it was 2 of them that I know personally. And girl, you just need to sit this out. Anyway, congratulations to Meg and Clay Thomas. I really hope this one works out for her, because look at how he's looking at her like, girl, I'm gonna turn at her stuff when we get home. Girl, and she's looking at him like, Diddy! That was for my sister Shannon. Diddy! Anyway, next story. I love my sister. Oh my God. And shout out to my brother Desmond too. I miss them. I'm gonna go see them next weekend. Y'all might get a new episode of Thrift Trip while I'm up there. So, okay. I am enjoying the unraveling of the Trump administration. I am thoroughly enjoying his own people calling him on his shit. Even though it may be too little, too late, hey, at least you got here. The house there might be one room left in the house fire, but at least you're here to turn the hose on, goddammit. So, I have a lot to say about what's going on. First of all, let's get into the breaking news that happened Friday. Well, this is before Friday. I believe this was Wednesday when all the stuff was coming out about Donald Trump, the Epstein files. Well, there is one Democratic House member. I believe his name is Garcia. I don't remember what state he's from, but I was watching Don Lemon, and he is ready to go after Trump full throttle. I don't have the video here, but this is sparking a lot of outrage. I think what we are coming up on is the biggest presidential scandal in the history of this country, even surpassing all the other shenanigans that he's done. And unfortunately for Donald Trump and those thick-ass ankles, I don't think you're going to be able to weasel your way out of this one. Because you are a fool to run your campaign on, I care about the children. We have to protect our little girls, when you, my dear, are the one, allegedly, that they need protection from. You are a fool. And everybody is starting to realize it, including your MAGA base. So take a look at, now this, I recorded this off my tablet from my phone or vice versa, of the last episode. I believe this is Thursday or Friday with Don Lemon. And he was showing a video on this podcast called Two Way with Mark Halburn. They're going to tell you who the other two gentlemen are. So this was a breaking story. So apparently, this was Wednesday or Thursday. So if you haven't been keeping up, the Wall Street Journal, I believe it was, who is owned by Rupert Murdoch, who also owns Fox News. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in the comments about what I just said. Had a story that they were getting ready to release in regards to Donald Trump allegedly giving a birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein, which the gist of it said it was a happy 50th birthday card, and the gist of it was basically, thanks for keeping secrets. Basically. That ain't what it said verbatim, but that's basically what it said. Like, happy birthday, bitch, and good looking out. So allegedly somebody from the Wall Street Journal got a hold of this letter. Donald Trump is vehemently denying any Epstein list, any fool la la with Epstein, which makes no sense, because if that be the case, they need to go ahead and release Elaine Maxwell, who was Epstein's sidekick, aka Madam. Allegedly, she was the one that was roping in the young girls for Epstein. She's in jail and she's been sentenced to 20 years. Mind you, she got sentenced during Trump's first term, I believe. Catch that tea. I have heard rumblings online that Elaine Maxwell is ready to speak. Allegedly. And this is a rabbit hole that is going to uncover a lot of nasty truths about the current state of this country. And it's going to involve more than just Donald Trump. And I do believe, in my personal opinion, that's why they are spoon feeding us information. I do believe that. So, take a look at what these three gentlemen had to say on Two Way with Mark Halburn. Let me make sure I got the video right. Hold on, this might be the right one. Hold on. I want you to watch this one first.
I probably know about Dan level, just right. But I don't.
Let me throw out some questions. Let me throw out some questions.
Sean's the one in the middle, by the way.
Jump in. Let's do it game show style. Either answer them or say, in fact, we don't know. Ready? How did Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein meet?
I don't know.
Don't know. Did Donald Trump ever go to Jeffrey Epstein's townhouse?
Yes.
How many times? How many times?
I believe many.
Know. You believe many. What occasions? One-on-one? Parties? What did he go for?
Don't know.
I feel like a Biden
The guy
staffer right now taking the fifth.
Yeah. How often did Jeffrey Epstein go to Mar-a-Lago? Don't know.
Fairly often because they banned them at the end.
Well, you don't know how often he went. How often did Donald Trump go to Jeffrey Epstein's Palm Beach residence? Don't know.
I don't know how.
Where else besides the townhouse
The
and the
townhouse.
two Palm Beach properties did they ever spend time together?
On his airplane. No?
Well,
Did
I
Trump
believe,
never fly on it?
I don't believe Trump ever flew on Epstein's plane, so far as I know. I believe
alleged that he did.
I believe Epstein may have been on Trump's plane,
Okay.
although I don't think Trump was there when Epstein was there. Did they have any financial dealings?
I don't know.
Don't know.
Yeah.
You don't know. There are many unanswered questions, amazingly never been written about.
Take a look at the second video.
One of the points of this platform
This was
in the
the
age
first
of transparency is to narrow the gap between elites like Dan and Sean and the people like the two-way community and myself. So let me share something with you that everyone, I say that in air quotes, everyone I know knows, hasn't been publicly reported. Everyone I know believes a major newspaper, one of the top 3 newspapers in the country, is about to publish a piece about President Trump's relationship with Jeffrey Epstein. Okay? Everyone I know knows that. And people in the White House know that too. When that story drops, if it drops today, and some people think it might, it could drive the day. Sean, Dan, have you heard about this story?
Well, I know because it's been circulating on the left, and I've had to double check that this is not, in fact, total conspiracy theories. Donald Trump knew Jeffrey Epstein pretty well. And I believe that his early courting of Melania involved Jeffrey Epstein. And that has been reported by mainstream outlets over the last 10 years. Alleged, I guess. I want to be careful.
Alleged.
You've already been, I say with respect, somewhat careless, but keep going.
Yeah, but I think that, if that is where this report is going, it's just collecting and putting together and synthesizing old news.
This story has new news.
Okay,
Sean,
pause.
what do
This
you know?
story
So that was before all this hubbub happened, where the story actually came out the next day, as predicted by Don Lemon and those men up on the screen, including the man in the middle, who is a Trump supporter. Then the Wall Street Journal broke the story. And since then, Donald Trump has sued Rupert Murdoch, the owner of Fox News. Now, I don't know if you might be living under a rock, but Fox News is all Trump all the time. Trump can never do no wrong. Here lately, they haven't been so nice to Trump. Trump has turned against his own supporters, calling them losers, calling them scum, telling them he doesn't even need your support. Oh my God, what have we done? What have y'all done? Because I didn't vote for him. What has this country done? This is really, really dangerous. I even saw online when I came home from the service, I even saw online that he is threatening to shut down the, I forgot what the Commanders, formerly known as the Redskins. I don't mean to offend anybody. Seriously. If they don't turn their name back to the Redskins, that he is going to shut the stadium down. This man is absolutely psycho. Right before the story broke, he had this young lady, Carolyn Levitt. Speaking of which, I've never spoke about this clam chowder cunt. What was it? Bring your skank to work day? From up under whose desk did they find this trollop from? This is cheap, tawdry, middle America trash. And she gets right nasty with them people. I believe I touched on her a little bit on here before. She is a nasty cunt. And I mean that from the tips of my well-manicured painted toenails. And she's an idiot. So he trusts his whore out there to tell the press briefing room that he has a condition with his veins that you've seen the pictures online with the swole up ankles. Girl, I couldn't even see the tongues of them shoes. Those ankles were so swole up, honey. Good God Almighty. Girl, he ain't got nothing but the gout. That's from all them Big Macs he been eating. Girl, and nobody cares. If that man dropped dead tomorrow, I'm not wishing it on him, but I'm not gonna sit here and pretend that I'm not gonna, kick back a martini or two in celebration. Okay? This is beyond a shit show. This man is a monster. And this is what you voted for. I'm glad that everybody is seeing the light. A lot of people started seeing the light when they realized what was in that big bullshit ass bill that just passed. Lauryn Hill has a saying that I heard Craig the Writer Stewart, co-host of Fag Talk, say, and she said it. I believe she did. I've seen her say it too on her Unplugged, way back in the day, and she said, people want fantasy, but they need reality. And I don't even feel like being all loud and being all boisterous and doing all the extra, and doing a mean read, honey. I don't even feel like doing all of that because, it's a lot at stake and it's going to affect all of us. It's not funny anymore. It's just not funny anymore. It hasn't been funny, but it's really not funny. And it's really the realization on people's face that I'm seeing online when they're like, oh my God, what did I do? It's heartbreaking. And it's heartbreaking not because they're coming to the realization. It's heartbreaking because you have so much hate in your heart that you were blinded to the fact that you didn't even need to come to no realization. It was right there in front of you the whole time. You have that much animosity in your heart for people that you don't even know? Really? And so many. If this country makes it through this, I hope all of you that went out and really went to that voting booth with hate in your heart, I hope you really find Jesus. Or find some kind of positive outlet, because you really need to find yourself. Because that, and I'm sorry if I seem a little preachy, I did just come from a service. But that's the devil in you. That is a demonic spirit in you that is controlling you. And to your very detriment. And it's really sad. It really is. I saw one man, he was boo-hoo crying. His best friend that he worked with, and I wish I had to save the video so you could see what I'm talking about. His best friend that he has known since he was in the 4th grade. He said he's known that man since they was in the 4th grade. They was 9 or 10 years old. That man is 55. That man was a Mexican man. And his best friend got deported. And he was boo-hoo crying. And he owned up to it. He said, I got sucked in. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know why I did that. I see so many people saying that now. And you did it because you don't have no empathy for nobody else. You don't care about nobody else but yourself. That's why you did it. That's why. I don't have the best history or best memories, even from my childhood, from being treated like normal from heterosexual black men. I have some real trauma with dealing with heterosexual black men, or seemingly or heterosexual presenting men, because not everything that walk a straight line is straight. But I would never, when George Floyd died, I didn't feel, oh well, no, because what they do to the least of us, they may come for them they come for them in the night, but they are coming for you. They will come for you in the morning. When you don't have empathy, you don't have love for yourself. You can't love yourself and not have empathy for nobody else. Because that hate that you spew, it moves like a boomerang. Our trans black mother, Octavia, she used to say, life is like a boomerang. Everything you throw out, it comes right back. And in the end, she said, don't fuck with me. Anyway, y'all, I will be back when I'm back. I'm going to stop telling y'all I'm going to be back in a few days. But I love you guys. And if it's one thing these last couple weeks have taught me, it's to stay on top of your health. Have your own relationship with God. And love everyone. What was it? Love everyone for who they are and love them to the fullest. And I'm going to dedicate this show to my friend Dex. May you rest in peace. We love you. And I will see you guys soon. Ciao.